been working on the sound in here so that we don't sound like the parents from Charlie Brown, which is amazing, but you can hear everything. Sniffs, laughs, breathing, so please be patient with me while we get used to this. We are so proud to welcome you all here today as we acknowledge students who've had extraordinary accomplishments throughout the year, and for many of our seniors throughout their high school careers. Traditions like this award ceremony are very important to our school and display the traditions that we are proud to embrace. We would like to thank all the parents, teachers, board members, community members, and students who are joining us today. As we begin, we ask that you remember a few housekeeping items. Please silence all of your cell phones. I know students are thinking, you made us leave them in class. I get it. Talking to the adults. And we also ask that as your name is called for an award, come to the front of the stage to receive your award and then go down these steps, and you're going to have a picture made in front of the backdrop over there. Typically, this is where we start the academic portion of the awards, but I made a quick last minute change this morning because we have a special presenter here, Mr. Al Bankin from the American Legion. And as the great civil servant that he is, if you don't know him, he has to be at another meeting for the Hardy House this morning. So he is here to present the American Legion Award. As you know, if you know Mr. Bankin, he's a great person and a great civil servant. We appreciate him being here. He shared with me earlier, graduated from DHS in the class of 1952 at the old junior high, what we call the old junior high, the old high school, he says, still there. And he had 100 students in his graduating class, so I thought that was pretty neat. I first of all just want to give him a round of applause for being a great human and being here today. So if the teachers will forgive my switcheroo on the order of ceremony here, we're going to go ahead and give the American Legion Award. The American Legion Award winners are nominated and voted on by our faculty, and this year's award winners, please come to the front. Logan, Joseph Hayden, and Ellen Dowdy. Just do whatever you want, Logan. Logan said that's for sure. Now we're going to start where we normally start, which is with acknowledging those who are receiving faculty awards. Each year, faculty members choose a student to be recognized as the highest achieving student in their department or organization, and each year many words and phrases are used to describe the high level of achievement of these students. I encourage the other students in attendance here today to listen to the teachers' comments and use them as a guide in setting their own personal goals for the future. When your name is called, please come forward from your seat. I'm going to have you meet your faculty member in the middle and then walk over to have your photo made. First, I want to welcome Mr. Massey to present the Agriculture Award.
Hello, my name is Mr. Massey. I'm the ag teacher here at Dexter High School. First off, I want to say it's been a great year, and this year the award goes to Braxton Hughes. As he's coming up here, as he stands up here, I want to say a few things about him. First off, he led our chapter this year. He was the FFA president, and if anybody has been an FFA over the years, that's a big role. You know, you're the main role model for 50 or 60 kids as far as this chapter, so that takes a lot of responsibility. Just other than that, he showed up to every event. So this year I kept up with participation, and there's not an event he missed. So considering his work schedule and what I know he has outside of school, that says a lot about him. As far as in the classroom, he's a student that I really didn't have to tell twice on what to do. He was a lot of times just already there. It's like he was almost reading my mind a lot of times, and that's what you want. That's the work ethic you want, and that's what you want in a student. As far as some of his accomplishments this year outside the classroom, we had an ag mechanics team this year. He took us to state on that. He led that team. Not only did he lead it, he did really good. He was the #1 individual in the entire Southeast District, so that's a great accomplishment right there. But his leadership's going to be missed. His work ethic's going to be missed. And I can't wait to see what he does in life, so congratulations.
Good morning. It's been a wonderful school year, and it's been an exciting year in art. And I've had a couple students this year it's really hard to choose between, but before I announce my award winner, I would like to give some recognition to a close second. I only had the pleasure of having him this year. Richard Lynn, I'd like to recognize you for receiving Best in Show at the Sykeston Depot Art Museum and First in Painting. I'd also like to recognize you for the 4 events that you were attending in Nationals at Beta Convention in Art for drawing, on-site drawing, hand-drawn animation, and Best in Show. So give him a round of applause for that. I appreciate all his dedication. And on to my award winner. I've had the pleasure of watching her develop as an artist. I've had her every year since she was in 6th grade. She came over to high school with me whenever I came over, so it's been very fun to watch her imagination come to life. As a junior, she had a drawing accepted into the Southeast Missouri State University show. She had a first in digital art at Southeast Missouri State University at the high school art exhibit. And she also was accepted for painting at the Southeast Missouri State University High School art exhibit. Her Doodle for Google piece was selected for promotional use for the Harry Criss Museum at the River Campus at SEMO. She received 3rd in drawing at the Sykeston Depot Art Show. She received an honorable mention for her painting at the Sykeston Art Depot Museum Show. She interviewed yesterday for a $1,000 scholarship. She's planning on attending the Kansas City Art Institute, and I'm hoping she receives that scholarship. We should know very soon. She's also received 4th in digital art at the Missouri State Beta Convention, and will be competing at Nationals in Nashville as well. And she received 3rd in painting at the Beta Convention, and will be competing at Nashville. Everybody give her a round of applause as Hannah Summers.
This next award is part of our top senior band awards for our instrumental program here. It's been a very exciting year for music this year. We've had a stellar marching band season, we've had a great jazz band season, and I have these 3 people to thank for leading that along. This first award is the John Philip Sousa Award. The John Philip Sousa Award recognizes superior musicianship, dependability, loyalty, and cooperation. It was created to recognize superior musicianship and outstanding dedication in our top seniors. We're very thankful for this senior and her contributions to the Dexter High School Varsity Marching Band, and we're thankful for her leadership as drum major. This award goes to Hannah Guy. This next one goes to a senior that just has a lot of personality and has really been a huge help to our jazz program. Now, of course, this award is a Jazz Senior Award, and I think most of us in jazz band are just like, we know who that goes to. But I didn't have to get this award out. This person stepped up in a huge way. Last year, this person stepped up in the jazz band and did not have to join jazz band late in the spring semester on euphonium. If you know anything about euphonium, it's like a tiny tuba, it does not belong in jazz band whatsoever. This person joined and did it anyway, smile on her face. This semester, she took the opportunity to learn trombone. I don't know if it was against her will or not, but she learned it really well. And I'm so thankful to have her in the program because it's been an amazing year in jazz. We've got to travel so many places, and I'm thankful that we've got to have this person with us. So this award is the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. This award is for a top jazz senior and recognition of their outstanding musical achievement and incredible dedication to the program. This award goes to Susan Wells. Last one. This is the Patrick S. Gilmore Award. The Patrick Gilmore Award is given to a senior band member who displays excellence in loyalty, cooperation, leadership, dependability, and musicianship, and has participated in events outside of the required schedule. The student goes above and beyond routinely. They're helpful, kind, and driven. The student is an ideal role model for others to follow. This person is also a role model in their section. This year, the Patrick S. Gilmore Award is being awarded to Abigail Rash.
Good morning. This year's Boys BE recipient has done a great job of leading my second hour class. He sets the example every day of what it looks like to be a respectful student and a hard worker. Most days he will go unnoticed because of his quiet demeanor, but at the same time he is always staying on task, doing his best when lifting, running, and competing during games. He leads by example and is a great role model for the younger students. This year's Physical Education Award goes to Gabe Borden.
Too quiet in here. 2 claps. Better than that. 2 claps. Here we go. Let's wake up this morning. All right? It's been a good year. Okay, for boys weightlifting. We've got so many examples of guys that should be mentioned for this award. So we're going to go through a little bit of a list. I promise it won't be too long. Cole Gibson saw major gains in his core lifts from last school year. RJ Farmer improved in his squat, his deadlift numbers while pushing through injuries. I'd say it probably made him look prettier. Caden Lee understood the assignment, put on some mass this off-season, roughly 15 to 20 pounds. Landon Ackridge, Christian Wers improved in all their lifts. Fisher Minley's a consistent lifter that shows up every day and works hard. My 4th hour has so many great workers in it, from Jonas Shoemaker to Houston Neely to Joseph Knoll and Landon Weathers. My point is, this award could have gone to so many different guys in my classes, from Jason Avoyevich to Logan Pullum to James DeBerry. However, this award goes to a young man that shows great discipline, dedication, coachability, accountability, and hard work every day. Nolan Alford has consistently shown the desire to do things the Bearcat way, day in and day out. He lives hard when instructed to do so with proper form and technique. He performs a small task on his own when no one's watching, even though I am. He has proven himself daily in the weight room and on the track when we're running 40s and agilities to be one of the hardest workers in the room. I'm proud to announce Nolan as our Lifter of the Year and congratulate him on this earned honor. Congratulations.
Hello. This year's High School Business Award goes to Preston Fitzpatrick. He has taken Accounting 1, Computer Applications, and Personal Finance and earned A's in all of these. He had one of the highest test scores on the vocational tests this spring. He has been a 3-year member of FBLA, competed in contests and placed first in computer applications 2 years in a row at the district level. This year he competed at state in accounting and computer applications and qualified to compete at nationals in accounting. Mr. Geatley said that Preston was always interested in understanding why certain ideas in personal finance worked better than others. Instead of just learning a process like budgeting or filing taxes, he looked for ways to dig a little deeper and come up with the best solutions. He has a very good business mind. He diligently focuses on assignments and even keeps track of them for all of his classes in a Google Doc. He's a very motivated student that pays attention to details and deadlines and does his best all the time. I look forward to seeing all he accomplishes next year too. Congratulations, Preston.
Good morning. The CCE work program allows students to use work hours as part of their schedule. As of today, all of our CCE students combined have worked over 22,000 hours and earned just under $250,000 this year. And that's not the complete total, so. The CCE award reflects a student that turns in job evaluations on time, receives excellent reviews from their employer, keeps accurate payroll records, and is an active CCE class participant. This year's award goes to Logan Jones.
My name is Ms. Cipollino, and I have the privilege and honor of presenting the Choir Award. The student receiving this award has displayed incredible talent in the choral setting. They have made all district choir almost every year since the 7th grade. This person has been a leader in their section and has an incredible voice. This person also has been in the All-State Choir 2 years in a row. The first year they were first alternate, and the second year secured a spot in this incredibly prestigious choir. I am proud to announce that Kylan Moore is the recipient of the Choir Award this year. And I also have the privilege and honor of presenting a musical theater award this year. The student receiving this award has been in the spotlight since they were very little. This student has been in most, if not all, of our past musicals. They have gone above what was expected of them every year. They have been a leader, a dance choreographer, a lead character for 3 years, and a motivator for all the cast members, and has displayed perfection on the stage in their character. This person also has set the bar pretty high for future lead roles. She has been a joy to teach, an example of what acting perfectly and singing with emotion and strength sounds like. She is also my daughter. My number one on the stage. Praise to Papa.
Of presenting the ELA award this year. Being an ELA teacher comes with many ups and lots of grading, but it's all worth it. For the sometimes daunting tasks of reading and writing, not all students love ELA. On the flip side, however, those who do love it often make incredible strides forward as readers, writers, and communicators. Though English can be difficult, I believe in the worth it statement. Seeing students grow, overcome adversity, appreciate learning, and succeed makes all the trying times worth it. Just like all the other teachers in the English department at DHS, I've taught numerous students with exceptional skills in all things ELA. Students who try relentlessly and develop a passion for English makes us teachers beyond proud, which is what this year's ELA award recipient has done. This year's recipient has excelled in her English courses throughout high school, scored impressively on the AP exam, and has challenged herself to learn more even when she didn't have to. I had the pleasure of teaching the student in pre-AP ELA 2 her sophomore year, in which she consistently made commendable grades and turned in insightful work. The past 2 years, she has succeeded in both AP Language Composition and AP Literature and Composition. She also balances a rigorous academic schedule and a busy extracurricular schedule. Her ELA teacher this year, Mrs. Griffin, said her intelligence, versatility, and avid reading qualities make her stand out as the ideal ELA award candidate. That said, I am pleased to present the 2023-24 English Language Arts Award to Ms. Hannah Guy.
Good morning. The Family and Consumer Sciences Award recipient is Callie Whitaker. Callie has taken every course in the facts department and has excelled in each class. She has also been a chapter member in FCCLA for 4 years. Callie is a very talented and creative student. She works hard on every project and gives 110%, whether it be to design a fashion line, create the interior design of an apartment, construct a garment, or make and decorate her gingerbread house from scratch. Callie's work is always amazing. Callie is a kind, respectful, and genuine person. She is serious about her work and always has a smile on her face. She always has a positive attitude and is a fun person to be around. I have loved having Callie in class the past 4 years, and I consider myself lucky to have been able to work with her. I know she will continue to do great things. Congratulations, Callie.
Good morning. How are we? I'd like to know, is Bree Mears here anywhere? Come on up, Bree. Okay, this year's PE award goes to Bree Mears. She's already received her required 1 year of PE. However, she voluntarily signed up for another year of PE. She comes to class and does all the hard work with a smile on her face. I'm very proud of you, Bree.
now to announce our female lifter of the year, and just the same with the boys. There were several young ladies that were capable of walking away with this award. We've got a great group of young female lifters in both the freshman and sophomore classes that show up and work hard every day. We've got some seasoned veterans in there that are juniors and seniors, and it could have gone so many different ways. But at the end of the day, there was just one young lady that stood out more than anyone because of her coachability, because of her durability, her willingness to just come in and work hard every day. She squats 285, she power cleans 175, she's got a deadlift at 325. Yes, several of you young men are jealous of her abilities in the weight room. She shows up, she works hard every day, and she's got a great attitude while she's doing it. Our female lifter of the year is Miss Kelly Chapman.
Good morning again. No, this is a great place to be. I've enjoyed teaching here, like I said, the past several years, and have a lot of great students. I've had a lot of students that coming into shop already knew as much or more probably than I could teach them, and some that were just beginning. But get all kinds of opportunities for working students, young students that want to have fun, really want to enjoy it. Woodworking, carpentry, building trades in general. So, with that said, to receive the award for industrial technology could be a challenge. A student should demonstrate as many of the following skills as possible that myself, as their instructor, along with future employers in building trades, and carpentry, woodworking, and technology in general, are looking for. Number one is practicing safety. Safety in the shop. Show academic success in the shop and classroom for those of you that have had it. If you're in the classroom, you're in the shop. If you're in the shop, you're in the classroom. It's all the same. Master the use of multiple tools or try to understand what's going on. Demonstrate accuracy in design and measuring. The ability to create or to envision what you're trying to work towards. Demonstrate responsibility and teamwork in the shop. That's really important. Number one, show positive attitude and demonstrate effective listening skills. I have a lot of students like to talk a lot, and that's great. Communication is a good thing, but part of that communication is good listening. Demonstrate the ability to work hard and learn multiple skill sets, and demonstrate great character. That's probably at the top of my list. For this year's award, I'd like to go back to a really great movie line that I think about a lot, and this line is, this student never shirks a task, does what is expected, is not sure, asks questions, and does it with splendid behavior. And that's Kyle Warren.
Good morning. My name is Kurt Loveady, and I'm here to award the Math Award this morning. This year's Math Award was a tough decision. I have been blessed with so many great students in my senior level math classes this year that it's hard to choose just one for this award. I had many students who were able to pick up on difficult math concepts quickly, and there have been several great discussions and questions asked on new topics each week. Overall, there were several students who had progressed so far from the Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 classes that were taken their freshman year to now being ready for a rigorous Southeast Missouri State University comprehensive final this coming week. What separates this group from so many that I've had in the past is that they don't need a pep talk going into the final of me convincing them to do well. Several students I was considering for this math award are self-motivated and are ready to show next week what they can accomplish. There's a proverb from the Bible that says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." This verse has come to mind several times this year as I have watched my calculus students work with one another. They are just as dependent on each other as they are me when it comes to questions they have on problems from class. This is true of this year's math award recipient as well. As a freshman, I noticed her very first homework assignment she handed in was different from everyone else's. It was detailed and annotated with different colors. She has always understood the importance of growing her math past the current semester. As a senior, she has a calculus notebook that is as detailed as I have ever seen. Her organizational skills and attention to detail has helped her to a straight A in each math class offered at Dexter High School. As she continues her journey at Missouri S&T to study mathematics, I cannot wait to see what she accomplishes. She currently displays the hard work and study disciplines that many students do not pick up until well into their college years. While college will still be hard, having these skills down will be one less thing to worry about. This year's math award goes to Elise Allen.
This year's Broadcasting Award goes to Shelby Dawson and Grace Alvado. These two ladies are very talented on their own, but even better as a team. Both have been with me for 2 years, editing the news each day and putting together the Friday news each week. They need no instruction at this point, but instead guidance and a few prompts, which is the ultimate goal of this class. My favorite memory of Shelby this year, in case you missed these, is her slipping fake birthdays in on the news. So if you were a victim of these countless happy birthday greetings, my apologies to you. My favorite memory of Grace this year would just be her leaving the green screen in without keying the background and always trying to slip me in the news whenever possible. The excitement and dedication that these two have had as editors of their school news program is the same today as it was on day one. I'm going to miss them very much. This year's yearbook award goes to our editor, Allie Pollard. Allie has been on the yearbook staff for 2 years, completely quiet and reserved last year. This year she assumed the editor position and is a wonderful example of a person that leads by example. Allie is always eager to volunteer to take pictures, create anything in Canva, work with other staff members or on their pages, and give ideas on how to make our yearbook better. I'm so proud that I've had the opportunity to have her as a student. Congratulations.
Good morning. I'm Amanda Long. I teach AP World History and AP Computer Science. And in my fun times, in my spare times, I coach Scholar Club, which this year I have taken over and have enjoyed it more than I can tell you. I have watched this group grow and become a team that gets excited to learn new things. This year our Scholar Bowl Award is going to go to our senior who led our team, always encouraging them to learn, helping guide them during meets and games, and even giving a lesson on Roman history at Taco Bell. And we get super excited when a question would come up, she'd be like, I know they know this. And so she'd get real excited and they'd get it and she'd cheer them on. So our Scholar Bowl award this year goes to Hannah Guy.
To be eligible for the Science Award, students must have taken both of our AP Science courses or taken one of those courses while also participating in one of the Project Lead the Way pathways. In doing so, students not only demonstrate a strong work ethic and show determination, but also prove that they are able to thrive despite the high expectations these courses place upon them. When discussing nominations for this year's award, this student was referred to as hardworking, science-minded, and as an overall fantastic student. In addition, they are one of only 2 students who completed both AP Science courses and participated in our Project Lead the Way track. While often reflective and quiet, they work hard to make sure they truly understand material and that their understanding is up to their exceptionally high standards. From my experience working with them, they are inquisitive, follow through with more than is asked of them, and aren't afraid to tackle objectives that others might try to avoid. As anyone in a STEM-related field can attest to, these traits are all directly related to the probability of one's success within one's field. With these characteristics already a demonstrable portion of their being, I have no doubt they will continue to be successful as they further pursue their engineering path at Missouri S&T. On behalf of the Science Department, I am honored to present this year's award to Ms. McKenna Dean.
This year's Social Studies Award goes to a young lady that's shown herself to be a worthy recipient of this award in every single regard. For the last 4 years, Madison Glass has been a model pupil in every way, shape, and form. Maintaining an A average in all of her social studies classes, she's taken and excelled at every single social science course that we offer here at DHS. Scoring at the top of her class in AP US History, AP World History, AP Government and Politics, and AP Psychology. Maddie's always been a tremendous asset in the classroom, providing help to all of her classmates, teachers, and administrators. She's also shown herself to be a great example for her fellow students by actively participating in more school activities than I can easily count. Her future studies will take her to the University of Arkansas, where she's thinking of studying law, which makes me think maybe I should give her just one more lesson about the law. Lesson is this: when it comes to the law, you have to read the fine print. For example, as this document clearly states, by accepting this Social Studies Award, Madison hereby agrees to give free legal services to all members of the DHS Social Studies Department here and in perpetuity. Congratulations to this year's Social Studies Award winner and my future laureate, Madison Glass.
This year, Mr. Williams, Mrs. Long, and I considered students who have taken all 3 courses in the Project Lead the Way Computer Science curriculum, PLTW Essentials, Principles, and Cybersecurity. Our choice for this award goes to Gage Barron Ward. Mrs. Long shared that Gage has demonstrated his interest and talents in PLTW computer science by completing all 3 courses offered. He always approaches difficult tasks in a positive, I've got this manner. This type of attitude will serve him well in many aspects of life, especially his career. Mr. Williams said that Gage is always hardworking, helpful, and polite to both his teachers and fellow classmates. He achieved one of the top scores in the cybersecurity and demonstrated a knack for problem solving and creative thinking in dealing with cybersecurity issues. Gage has a promising future ahead of him in whatever career path he chooses, but he will definitely excel in computer sciences. I appreciated his attention to detail and hard work to understand the technical reading required in much of the course content. Congratulations, Gage.
Christy Bowles. I teach 2 of the engineering classes through Project Lead the Way. With the help of the other engineering teachers, we have chosen a student who is one of the top in his class. I have not only had this student in both of my engineering classes, but I've also spent time after school with him as a part of our beta engineering team. He is a great addition to any group and is always willing to help his teammates. When faced with tasks that are unfamiliar, he works hard to find solutions. This young man has a great future in front of him in engineering, and the Project Lead the Way Engineering Award goes to Caden Lyerly.
This year's BLTW Biomedical Sciences Award winner goes to a student who was exceptional to have in class. I had the pleasure of teaching this student both her freshman year in Creative Physical Science and her sophomore year in BLTW Human Body Systems. This student is bright, dedicated, detail-oriented, and has an exceptional work ethic as stated by all of the biomedical sciences teachers. She embraces every opportunity to learn as much as possible from each lesson presented to her. Outside of the classroom, she is kind and thoughtful young person who makes a concerted effort to support her classmates in every situation. She is also a wonderful house sitter if you're ever looking for someone. Please join me in congratulating our 2022-2023 BLTW Biomedical Sciences Award winner, Ms. Kaylee Chapel.
I just want to say that there are a lot of years where you have to really search to find kids to give awards to, and I think every faculty member here would agree that this group of students, they're highly competitive and they're high achievers, and we're really proud of them. It was so nice to see such a variety of comments made by each of you. Very proud of you. So now we're going to present this year's male and female Bearcat Scholars for each grade. We started this tradition 6 years ago, and each year we ask our faculty to nominate and then vote on a female and male from each class who exemplify the following qualities: scholarship, service, school involvement, leadership, and character. We are proud of these students who have demonstrated outstanding work ethic and strive to be their best in all areas of our school throughout the year. When I call your name, please come forward and remain on the stage while we call all the scholars. Bearcat Scholar, freshman female, Ms. Claire Essner. Bearcat Scholar, freshman male, Houston Neely. Bearcat Scholar, sophomore female, Isabella Voss. Sophomore male, Caden Lee. Bearcat Scholar, junior female, Brooklyn Link. Bearcat Scholar, junior male, Ty Carmody. Bearcat Scholar, senior female, Ellen Dowdy. Bearcat Scholar, senior male, Peyton Bowles. Okay. Great job, guys. Proud of all of you. Let's get them all together. Thank you. The second part of our ceremony is something I'm really proud of. Our students with technical certifications and students that have excelled at the Poplar Bluff Career and Technical Center. DHS is very proud of our affiliation with the Poplar Bluff Career and Technical Center, which we started a few years ago. The students who attend the Technical Center, I really want to give them the credit they deserve, because they catch a bus at 7 o'clock each morning and make the trip to trade school. Trade school is an amazing opportunity for young people. If you're here and you haven't considered it, I hope you do. And 2 weeks ago, I got to attend a ceremony at the Poplar Bluff Career and Technical Center, and I was so proud of how many of our students were recognized there for their hard work. When I call your name, please come to the front and remain until all trade school students have been recognized. They sent over our awards yesterday, and I want to make sure, I hope I've got them all in here. But first of all, I'd just like to ask quickly, if you attend our trade school anywhere, if you're a junior or senior attending our trade school, would you please stand so the audience can recognize your extra effort and hard work? So proud of you guys. Thank you. Two of our students at the award ceremony last week were recognized. I'd like them to come forward first. Caden Burns was recognized for her being the department winner, like this, in computer graphics, and Mason Simmons for computer maintenance. Come on up. And then I'm just going to have you guys go stand in front. I'm not done saying anything yet. Several of our DHS students were inducted into the National Technical Honor Society in March of this year. Being inducted requires an instructor referral, superior grades, and 95% or above attendance and exemplary citizenship. NDHS inductees will wear a purple and white honor cord in our graduation ceremony. They were recognized earlier this spring in a ceremony with their classmates from Poplar Bluff Career Center and received their cords at that ceremony. That's not that, they've already got those. That's for, in a minute, we will get to those. I apologize. I told you that wrong yesterday. Caden Burns, Brooklyn Porter, Jaden Peace, and Shannon Moore. Please come on up. Okay, now the following students went to the Poplar Bluff Career and Technical Center, and this is a big deal. So they qualified for the Missouri Career Passport Portfolio, and we are not going to share everything in those portfolios, but let's just say it's a book of things that they have trained on and accomplished over the course of their program. So I'd like for those people to come forward and receive their portfolios at this time. Tristan Bryant, Caden Burns, and Shannon Moore. And I see that Ms. Stone has more portfolios than the names they sent me, so I'm going to make sure I don't miss anyone. I think they've added since they sent their original list, so. I think Brooklyn Porter. And Cole Gibson. Tell you the last minute trip that it took to get these awards here in time, so thank you to Ms. Stone for that. These students have completed a very rigorous program that goes beyond their certification. They had above 95% attendance, mastery of their skills assessment, and at least a 3.0 average in all their coursework. We congratulate these students. They will be wearing red and white honor cords. Now's the moment. At graduation. I want to give them a huge round of applause for their commitment. You all remain because the next part is not just trade school students, but it is still CTE. So the 98th Missouri General Assembly passed legislation in 2016 which requires the State Board of Education to have criteria for career and technical education. The students that I'm going to name have met all of the necessary technical and employability skills to be prepared for an entry-level career or additional training in a technical field. The following members of the class of 2023 have met the criteria set forth by the State Board of Education in order to receive these certificates, and Ms. Culp has worked with these students throughout their senior year and will present the certificates. Please come forward if you're not already on the stage. Keller Buck, Drew Chamberlain, Eric Harmon, Shelby Dawson, Allie Lee, Kylie Moore, Allie Pollard, Logan Jones, and then Peyton Burns, Brooklyn Porter, Shannon Moore, and Tristan Bryant. I also like to thank Ms. Culp and Ms. Stone for figuring this out every year. There's a huge matrix that they have to look at to see who qualifies, and I'm proud of all of these kids. Congratulations, guys. Did I miss somebody, Ms. Culp? Yesterday they sent us kids awards from Southern Reynolds County, so we don't want to read their names, but am I missing someone, Ms. Culp? Okay. Thank you. Oh, good, okay. Grace Sepulveda, Taylor Taylor, Brooklyn Brown, Brady Granger, Braden Pullum, kids. Proud of you guys. Thank you for your extra work to achieve this. Dee and Josh are going to have to get creative on their limbs on this. Sorry. Okay, 5 years ago, Dexter High School became the first high school in the southeast region of the state to offer an innovative program called Project Lead the Way. You've heard it several times here today. This program has brought rigorous hands-on learning and career exploration in the areas of biomedical science, computer science, and engineering to our school. We are very proud to be a host school for this nationally renowned program, and we are grateful to our teachers and students who have taken on this challenge. I know it's a lot of extra work. The following students have completed an entire program of study for Project Lead the Way, the Project Lead the Way program, and they will receive silver cords to wear at graduation. Please come forward to receive your cords, and I'm gonna again have you all stand, all of you together. Gage Ward, Abigail Rash, Cheyenne Smith, Seth Warren, Eric Harmon, all computer science completers. Thank you. For our biomedical program, we have Destiny Ahrens, Hayden Bias, Peyton Bowles, Kimley Chapel, Ellen Dowdy, Caitlin Giles, Maddie Klaus, Nathaniel Harris, Richard Lynn, and Carly Long. Next year will be our first year to have students that complete the engineering program, but I would like these students to stand because they completed 3 years of the engineering program and they are the first group to do that. Please stand, and so we can recognize you for your effort, and we've got a couple of them that are definitely going to be engineers. Elise Howell, McKenna Dean, and Logan Joseph. Please stand. Thank you. All right, you all may. Thank you. At this time, we would like to recognize and present cords for graduation for our National Honor Society seniors. Due to the number of people, we're going to stand in front of the stage. We ask that you please come to the front of the stage to receive your cords and remain until all members are in the front. Destiny Aarons, Grant Ayers, Gage Ward, Peyton Bowles, Tristan Bryant, Caden Burns, Kinley Chappell, Shelby Dawson, McKenna Dean, Ellen Dowdy, Caitlin Giles, Madison Glaus, Hannah Guy, Eric Harmon, Nathaniel Harris. You don't have to stand in the right order. I can tell you guys are trying to keep up, sorry. Emily Hester, JC Holcomb, Elise Howell, Brittany Hudgens, Logan Josephate, Caden Kennedy, Truman Croft, Richard Lynn, Carly Long, Amber Madigan, Kylan Moore, Cole Nichols, Alyssa Pollard, Abigail Rash, Abby Sandage, Grace Sepulvedo, Molly Simmons, Cheyenne Smith, Chris Stone, Hannah Summers, Susan Wells, and Aslan Wurst. This time, we would, oh no, I'm gonna mess up on that, sorry. Some of you are gonna remain on stage because we're going to now get the beta cords. So we're gonna have you stick around if you are in National Beta Club as a senior. Pardon me? Oh, good, okay, good, we got it flipped. We have a few last minute script changes, thank you for your patience. This is beta. Okay. I think this may be flipped, I'm not sure. If I've forgotten anyone, the list I just read had NHS at the top, Ms. Stone. No, but I'm just making sure I'm not messing up. If I've forgotten you, please forgive me. Okay, now, this will be NHS, not beta. Destiny Aarons, Grant Ayers, Gage Ward, Caden Bias, Peyton Bowles, Drew Chamberlain, Kinley Chappell, Shelby Dawson, McKenna Dean, Ellen Dowdy, Caitlin Giles, Madison Glaus, Hannah Guy, Nathaniel Harris, JC Holcomb, Elise Howell, Brittany Hudgens, Logan Josephate, Caden Kennedy, Truman Croft, Allie Lee, Richard Lynn, Carly Long, Amber Madigan, Cole Nichols, Allie Pollard, Abigail Rash, Molly Simmons, Kaylin Traw, Alexi Holden, Susan Wells, Callista Whitaker, and Clayton Whitaker. Thank you for your patience on that. If you were recognized for beta and not an NHS and you need to go back to your seat so that Ms. Stone can figure out where those cords go. If we get them mixed up, we will fix it later. Thank you all. And they've all been recognized at their own individual ceremonies too. We just want to give them their cords for graduation. Proud of all of you. The next part of our ceremony I'm especially proud of is military recognition. Dexter High School is honored to have students who choose a life of service after they leave us. By our estimation, the highest honor is when they choose to dedicate their lives to our nation through their commitment to military service. At this time, please come forward, Xander Smith. Xander is receiving red, white, and blue cords for his commitment to the United States Marine Corps. He will go to San Diego in August where he will complete his basic training, and he's already working on maybe even being out a couple days this next few weeks. Couple too, right? Kidding. No, we're so proud of you, Xander. Thank you so much for your willingness to was unable to be here for our ceremony and will miss graduation because after he completed his basic training with the United States Air Force, he went on to technical training for the Security Forces Academy. I'm sorry that he's missing out, but I bet he's not. He's happy right now. I've had several emails from him. He's doing well, so we are so proud of his commitment. I want to give a round of applause to Dalton. I want to brag on our students, our underclassmen for a minute because this is long and you guys have been so good. Thank you. Community and patriotism. The annual sophomore pilgrimage is sponsored by the General Federation of Women's Clubs of Missouri. And it is designed to allow students to observe the legislature in session, tour the Capitol, the Governor's Mansion, and Supreme Court building, and meet state legislators. A sophomore from each high school in the state is selected by the faculty to attend the event. Selection is based on the students' demonstrated citizenship, scholarship, and qualities of courage, service, and honor. The student selected must also be scholastically in the top quarter of the sophomore class. This year's selected participant was Brianna Jenkins. Brianna, please come forward and accept this pin as recognition of your participation and service. Thank you to the Adelphian Civic League of Kennett for sponsoring our Southeast Missouri attendees. Thank you. The prestigious Danforth I Dare You Award has been given to DHS juniors for over 40 years. The award goes to one male and female junior who display courage, leadership, and stay true to themselves every day in all situations. These are the perfect people for this. The recipients are nominated and then selected by the DHS faculty. We congratulate this year's winners on continuing the tradition of excellence and leadership. Please come forward, Chase Farmer and Addie Nutley. Not saying they're not a mess, just it's all the time. No special situations, okay. In early January, I was contacted by the Peter Marsh Foundation through an email that I assume went to high school principals all over the country. Each year, the foundation awards scholarships to public high school seniors for engaging in selfless, voluntary service to their schools and communities. Unlike other scholarships that recognize athletic or academic achievement, the Silent Service Scholarship rewards students for benevolence and behavior and set of values that will sustain their family and community for decades to come. I immediately thought of a student who I had observed doing selfless acts for others throughout the year. I always hope this will be a place where students are all included and not in a novel way, but they are able to attend events. It's so good till now, we're almost done. Okay, not in a novel way, but in a real way where they can form real friendships, attend events, and all of our lives will be enriched as a result. This student specifically, and without pay or recognition, helps a student every single day as they navigate a world that isn't always easy for them. I decided to submit his story. I did it real quick from my phone and thinking I wouldn't hear anything else about it. Within 2 days, I was contacted by the Peter Marsh Foundation to let me know that our student had been selected to receive the award for the first time at Dexter High School. Today, it is my hope that you all have seen this student serve others, show kindness, and demonstrate good examples of service and leadership that will make you more likely to do the same. I'm so proud to give this student the Silent Service Scholarship Award and a $500 scholarship, Logan Joseph. Yes. Sportsmanship and School Spirit Awards as selected by our coaches.
Good morning. Kind of tell Coach Sykes and Coach Jamerson has been up here to raise this up. The athletic department gives out 4 awards, beginning with the Athlete of the Year.
This award is voted on by all coaches each year. When coaches were asked to share a few words about this year's Female Athlete of the Year, here's what they had to say. She is a gritty little player, a tough competitor, and a very hard worker, all doing so with a lot of focus. Our Female Athlete of the Year goes to Miss Kate Nichols. Now, for the Male Athlete of the Year. His coaches describe him as being the total package. Not only does he possess all the skills to be a great player, he consistently showed great composure throughout his time here at DHS. Our Male Athlete of the Year award goes to Mr. Cole Nichols. The next award is the Misha Good Sport Award. The next award, the intent of this award is to recognize one male and one female who exhibit good behavior, positive role modeling, and displays outstanding sportsmanship through participation in interscholastic activities. Their names will be published in the Misha Journal this fall. The female recipient goes to Miss Caitlin Giles. And before you sit down, Cole, the male goes to Mr. Cole Nichols. Now, for the School Spirit Award. This tandem helped orchestrate the game night themes and definitely brought the energy to ignite our students and families. The recipients of our School Spirit Award goes to Ben Dowdy and Molly Simmons. Thank you.
Short. At this time, Ms. Stone will recognize scholarship recipients.
At this time, I would like to ask any local scholarship donor who are here to report to the audience's right-hand side of the stage to meet Mrs. Nee to line up for the local scholarship presentations. Each year, many local organizations and individuals provide scholarship money to Dexter graduates. This year alone, $50,200 will be awarded to graduates from these local scholarships. Today, we have many of those donors here to present us with these scholarships. Some of these awards will be a surprise to the students. Seniors, if your name is called, I ask that you please report to the stage. Presenting the Bank of Advent Scholarship is Mr. Billy Fowler, and our recipient is Madison Glaus. Mr. Fowler is also presenting the Lions Club Scholarship. We have 4 recipients: Shelby Dawson, Richard Lynn, Peyton Bowles, and Lexi Holden. have Mike Williams and Taylor Gerald. And our recipients for these scholarships are Elise Howell and Kinley Chapel. Also, Mr. Williams is going to present the Rotha Wilson Scholarship, and that goes to Rachel Cobb. Coach Dowdy will present the Bearcat Athletic Scholarships and the Dowdy Family Scholarship. Receiving the Bearcat Athletic Female Scholarship is Caitlin Giles. Receiving the Athletic Male Scholarship is Caden Kennedy. Receiving the Dowdy Family Scholarship is JC Hawthorne. Presenting the Jamie Sifford Scholarship are Chris and Kristen Masters, and our recipient is Alyssa Pollard. Mrs. Hopgood will present the Dexter Beta Club Scholarship, and our recipient is Maddie Glass. Our next scholarship is the Black River Baptist Association Scholarship, and our recipient is Hannah Summers. Mr. Massey will present the John Barnett Scholarship. And we have two recipients, Braxton Huey and Will Norris. Mr. Brad Milam is here to present the Linda Milam Memorial Scholarship as well as the SEMO Electric Scholarship. Receiving the Linda Milam Memorial Scholarship, Alexis Holden and Peyton Bowles. Receiving SEMO Electric Scholarships, Miles Keena, Hannah Guy, Nathaniel Harris. Mr. Gavin Miller will
present the Ruth O. Covington Scholarship as well as the Dexter Kiwanis Scholarship. Receiving Ruth Covington Scholarships, Amber Madigan and Richard Lynn. Receiving the Kiwanis Scholarship, J.C. Holcomb, Peyton Bowles. Ms. Laura Simmons will present the Dexter CTA Scholarship, and that goes to Cole Nichols. Ms. Kinley Chappell is receiving a scholarship from the Sykeston American Legion. Ms. Tammy Richard is here to present the Audrey C. Freilich Scholarship. We have two recipients, McKenna Dean and Shelby Dawson. Coach Allen will present the Rib City Scholarship. And we have two recipients, Caitlin Giles and Truman Croft. Mr. Brent Stidham is here to present the Stidham Family Memorial Scholarship. And there are four recipients, Peyton Bowles, J.C. Holcomb, Alexis Holden, and Logan Gelman. Mr. Massey will present the John Bramer Scholarship, and there were three recipients, Braxton Huey, Will Norris, and Caden Burns. Mr. Ryan McLaughlin from the RKE Contractors is here to present several scholarships. Receiving a scholarship, McKenna Dean, Truman Croft, Madison Glass, Alyssa Pollard, J.C. Holcomb, Cole Nichols, Emily Hester, Elise Howell, Peyton Bowles, and Ellie Dowdy.
Receiving the Jerry and Laverne Waddle Scholarship is Carly Long. I have three ladies here from Beta Sigma Phi, Ms. Jeffrey Stoker, Sandy Edwards, and Sandy Dorton, who will be presenting the Beta Sigma Phi Scholarship, and that will go to J.C. Holcomb. We have Ms. Spencer Grace Pippins here to present the scholarship in honor of her late grandmother, Ms. Karen Pippins. And the Karen Pippins Scholarship goes to Cole Nichols. Mr. John Neely from the Dexter Bearcat Booster Club is here to present their scholarship. And the recipients are Caitlin Giles and Peyton Bowles. Receiving the Arvella Totten Scholarship, Clayton Whitaker and Allie Lee. The Kastner Memorial Scholarship goes to Hannah Guy. The DHS Class of 1994 Scholarship goes to Grace Sabavado. The Pat Brickhouse Memorial Scholarship goes to Shelby Dawson. The Vic Highsaw Scholarship goes to McKenna Dean. The Virgie G. Wilson Scholarship to recipients Ellie Dowdy and Maddie Glaus. The Carol Horton LaRue Scholarship goes to Molly Simmons. JC Holcomb receives the Altrusa Club Scholarship. And our final local scholarship is the Marty Thompson Memorial Scholarship, and that goes to Shelby Dawson. Congratulations to all of these scholarship recipients. We are so thankful and we are so lucky for these local organizations who are willing to invest in the future of our graduates. Also, many graduates have been awarded scholarships from organizations, individuals, or the universities that they plan to attend. It is my pleasure to share those scholarships with you. These scholarships were reported by the students, so parents, if your child has received a scholarship from their university and I didn't read it, please make sure they let me know before graduation. Graduates, please stand as I read your name and the scholarships you have received. Audience, please hold your applause until I have announced all of the scholarships. Destiny Ahrens, Copper Dome Scholarship. Grant Ayers, Copper Dome Scholarship, Residence Life Leadership Award, and Sacred Heart Parish Scholarship. Caden Bias, Copper Dome Scholarship, Residence Life Leadership Award. Peyton Bowles, Murray State Provost Academic Scholarship, Dexter Community Regional Healthcare Foundation Scholarship, Sodexo Meal Recruitment Scholarship, the Smead Family Student Enrichment Fund Scholarship, Racer Advantage Grant, and Royal Neighbors of America Scholarship. Drew Chamberlain, Residence Life Leadership Award and Copper Dome Scholarship. Kinley Chapel, UTM Dean Scholarship, NWTF Blouse Scholarship, and UTM Voyager Scholarship. Rachel Cobb, Jefferson College Athletic Volleyball Scholarship. Shelby Dawson, Missouri State Provost Scholarship. McKenna Dean, Groundbreaker Scholarship and Cummer Vanguard and Personal Goals Essay. Ellie Dowdy, Ole Miss Academic Merit Scholarship, Catalpa Scholarship, Ole Miss Student Body President Scholarship, and Chancellor's Leadership. Ryan Duncan, Copper Dome Scholarship. Caitlin Giles, Academic Success Scholarship. Madison Glaus, University of Arkansas New Arkansas Non-Resident Tuition Award Scholarship, University of Arkansas Honors College Academy Scholarship, Arkansas Alumni Association Membership Funded Scholarship. Hannah Guy, Presidential Scholarship. Nathaniel Harris, Copper Dome Scholarship, Residence Life Leadership Scholarship. Alexis Holden, Missouri Sheriff's Association Scholarship. Elise Howell, Missouri Bright Flight, Cummer Vanguard Scholarship, Honors Academy Scholarship, and Missouri Scholarship and Loan Foundation's Access Extra Scholarship. Braxton Huey, Stoddard County Fair Board Scholarship, and Greenville Lodge Scholarship. Logan Josephine, Copper Dome Scholarship. Miles Keena, A-State Leaders Scholarship. Truman Croft, Arkansas State Leader Scholarship. Allie Lee, Copper Dome Scholarship. Richard Lynn, Excellence Award. Carly Long, C of O Tuition Assurance and College of the Ozarks Work Program. Cole Nichols, Kyle Smith Memorial Scholarship. Alyssa Pollard, Diversity Award, MU Multicultural Scholarship, the Spice Fund and Agriculture Scholarship, James Harvey and Octavia Sims Jenkins Memorial Scholarship. Abigail Rash, Questbridge Scholarship and Washington University Scholarship. Abby Sandage, Copper Dome Scholarship. Molly Simmons, University of Missouri Excellence Award. Cheyenne Smith, CMU Half Tuition Scholarship. Hannah Summers, KCAI Merit-Based Scholarship. Aslan Works, A-State Heritage Grant and 870 Housing. Congratulations to all of these
graduates who are receiving scholarships. If the graduating class of 2023 completes their education as planned, they will have received $1,141,660 in scholarship money.
We are almost there, and I want to say a huge thank you to Ms. Stone for all the work she does on getting our kids local scholarships, helping them get signed up for things. It's a exceedingly busy job, a busy time of year, and I'm so grateful for all of our students getting these awards. I want to take a moment to recognize our wonderful faculty and staff. Each of us owes our success to dedicated educators and coaches who invested in us along the way. Our students at DHS are blessed to be led by some of the most caring individuals I have ever had the opportunity to work with. When there is a need, they are willing to step in and do whatever it takes to get the job done with a ton of heart and without recognition, and I appreciate that. In addition to teaching our students in class, high school faculty members do so much more. Things like prom, award ceremonies, scholarships, sponsoring and supervising clubs and organizations, athletic and academic teams, concession stands, dances, credits, grades, gate duties, grading finals, answering emails, and about 100 things I've failed to mention. These things don't just happen. It takes dedication and sacrifice, and while it's a noble calling, most days it's a heck of a way to make a living. Most people don't realize that high school is like a small city. There's no way to do all these things without an incredible staff, so I want to take a second and just give them a round of applause for all they do to make these experiences happen. We have 2 staff members leaving us this year to enjoy retirement. I started to say leaving early, but Mr. Rudd's actually on his second round of trying to retire. First of all, Mr. Chris Rudd, he tried to leave us last year, but it just couldn't happen, so he came back to help us out again. I think we're really going to let him retire this year. Thank you, Mr. Rudd. Also leaving us and not in the room with us is Ms. Tammy Freeman. She is retiring from education this year, and although she was only with us a short time, I also want to recognize and bid a very fond farewell to Miss Mary Howell. Thank you so much for helping us out this year. You want to come to the stage, Miss Howell? Just kidding. Just teasing. We wish them well as they enjoy all the wonderful things that retirement brings. In conclusion, we ask that seniors please remain seated. You're not stuck with those seats, don't worry, but we're going to plan your seating chart for graduation before we go back to class. I would like to give one final round of applause for our scholarship donors, special presenters, honorees, recipients, and the senior class of 2020. This concludes a very lengthy but hopefully very worthwhile ceremony. I appreciate you all being here today.